Welcome back to Match Day Live. I'm Natalie Pike and I'm still joined by Joleon, Lescott and Shaun Wright-Phillips on a night where a lot of money has been raised for an incredible charity as City took on Barcelona. And the game ended 3-3. Now, we do just want to start by sending our very, very best wishes to Luke Mbete. Obviously, he was stretchered off towards the end of the game there, and we wish him well. We hope that we'll get some positive news about his condition very, very shortly. So, 3-3. The game finished. Joleon had predicted 5 goals. We ended up with the 6. Before we talk about the game, I just want to highlight something that happened at half-time where Joleon Lescott asked me if I had been to school because I didn't know what a silverback was. I have to tell you that I am now an expert. I spent 45 minutes reading up on it. Joleon Lescott, a silverback gorilla, a mountain gorilla. Do you know when the mountain gorilla becomes a silverback gorilla?
Oh, no.
During manhood.
When he becomes 12, actually.
Same
12 years old, he becomes a silverback gorilla. Do you know how many silverback gorillas or how many mountain gorillas, should we say, exist in the world?
Oh, no, I don't.
1,063. Do you know whereabouts they live in the world? Did you also know that we share 98% of our DNA with them? That they're one of the most powerful primates in the world?
Though.
They cozy up to each other at night. They live in groups of...
Silverbacks don't cozy up to each other.
Excuse me. At night, mountain gorilla groups sleep together in nests on the ground or in trees, and they make foliage. Infants share their mother's nest stains.
Mountain gorilla groups do, but silverbacks don't. There's only one silverback per herd. There's only allowed one.
There we go.
The alpha male, isn't it?
Yeah.
I went to school.
You went to Google.
I did go to Google.
So during the second half.
I'd like to thank the WWF for a wonderful read on silverback gorillas. So, moving on to the more important issue of the game today. So, 3-3. So, what did you make of that second half, Joleon?
Getting entertaining. Like you said there after the game, like our thoughts are with Luke, regardless of the scoreline, entertainment factor. We went on to see injuries. Calvin Phillips obviously went off injured as well. So they're probably the downsides to the game. But in regards to what it was for, it was to raise money, which they did, to entertain the fans, which I'm sure the majority of them felt entertained as well. So them aspects, yes, great. But yeah, we've got to think about the other points, and that's Calvin Phillips and Luke.
But yeah, as we say, hopefully we will hear some positive news about both of them. Shaun, in terms of the second half, we saw a few changes at half-time. John Stones, Joao Cancelo, Josh Wilson-Esbrand coming on for a very different looking back four. What did you make of those changes? Were you happy with them?
Yeah, I was happy. I think the game seemed to play more into our hands when those changes were made. I think Cancelo, the way he plays, allows that to happen because he's sometimes in centre midfield and sometimes he's high, and it creates more space for people like Kevin De Bruyne or Gundogan to drop into the gaps he leaves. So I think that the subs worked out well, and it was, like I said, it was nice to see the young kids get on and play a nice part in the game as well.
Yeah, we did then see the change for Calvin Phillips. Seemed to pick up some sort of injury to do with his shoulder. We're not too sure, but he went off. Rodri came on, and then we saw a few more changes after that. Kevin De Bruyne, Luke Mbete, and Ilkay Gundogan all came on as well. So lots of changes there in the second half, which we were kind of expecting, Joleon.
Yeah, and again, the minutes they came on for, it suggests that they was geared up for like training sessions. So obviously the intensity of a game is more than a training session, but they probably recovered Monday, Tuesday as well. So this is probably their first time they're loading again. So again, it wasn't necessarily to get the minutes. It was just like, well, not to give them 3 days off feet. So yeah, it made sense, the changes. And as I said, it's probably Rodri probably came on a little bit earlier than would expected due to Calvin's injury.
So 4 goals to talk about in that second half. So Barcelona took the lead with a goal from Frankie de Jong. It was a strange one for us in that Kevin De Bruyne gave the ball away, Shaun.
Yeah, it definitely was strange. I think it's
something.
Yeah, that's basically what he shows. Yeah, it's just one of those, isn't it? He's tried to play it around the corner. I think Rodri slips, and that allows the intercepting to happen easier than it should have. But yeah, it was a weird game. There was some nice goals, and then there was goals which from both sides which were from mistakes. And as you said, this was one from a player we wouldn't expect. And it's a straight ball which they normally do, and they normally pop it out and get out, but he slips, and the ball still, I'm not sure if the ball would have got there because there wasn't that much power. But Ortega makes a great first save to start with, and it just pops back into the wrong person, and De Jong slips it in.
So that was 2-1 to Barcelona there. However, City only needed a couple of minutes to get back into the game. Like you say, Kevin's human. I'm just gonna gloss over that. So within 2 minutes, City have come back with a goal from Cole Palmer. Now, really pleased that he gets the finish, but I also very much enjoy the build-up by Mahrez and Cancelo on this one.
Yeah, again, I think they have a great understanding in general. Two players that love to be in possession, understand where the spaces are and complement each other. Mahrez always drives inside, or mostly drives inside, and Cancelo loves to get forward. And again, it looks like a simple finish, which the finish is simple from Cole, but it's recognising the timing and recognising where the space is and making sure you're onside, because how many times have we seen that ball being squared and the striker or the forward is always waiting there and he's offside?
Yeah, and it's his movement there, his little dink at the end to get around the Barcelona defender to be in the right position.
Yeah, like Joleon said, the whole run, and if you notice before the ball comes from him, you can see he slows down to compose himself so he gets the right contact that he wants on the ball. And like you said, it's an easy finish, but it's harder getting in the position, and that's the part he done very well.
So 2-2 then, and then Erling Haaland comes on. And then Barcelona, no linking by the way, that makes it sound like I've linked that. Then Barcelona take the lead to make it 3-2. A goal by Memphis Depay. What did we make of that one?
Again, yeah, good play from Barca. You give them time and they can create similar opportunities to what we did, and the play is similar to ours in regards to getting in wide areas and put the ball where you expect a teammate to be, and he's done that. And again, the finishes look simple, but it's not. It's all about the timing and the ball in there. For instance, from Roberto, he's not really looked. He's like, well, I know someone should be in there. I know my teammates should be in that area, and I'm surprised that he's free, to be honest. If you look and if you're analysing, being critical, you would say, why is he free there? But in respect to the game and what the status is, you understand it.
Yeah.
You want me to say something?
I thought you were going to say something there.
I was going to say something, but Joleon ended it in what I was going to say, so kind of just left it open.
You're linked there.
We're a team.
You're a team. And then City equalised with just a few minutes to go from a penalty. Now, I think he clips him. What? Erling Haaland goes down.
He does.
We can see it.
I'm an attacker, so he does clip him, but I still think it's not enough to give a penalty for.
Okay. But we're going to take it.
100%.
I like the shots we were getting on the pitch at the end of the game with Christiansen. It looked like he was sort of talking to Haaland about it. He was like, you
can tell he's obviously gone down. I'm not going to say he's died, but he's gone down easy because he's clipped the inside of his right leg, so he couldn't go down. He couldn't not lose balance doing that. Like if he's clipped the outside of it, he would take it away.
I don't know what
and if you notice, he smiled though when he was on the floor. He laid out flat. And
listen, I'm here for it. And I hope that comes to us in the Champions League or the Premier League. I don't think that happens if this is VAR. I don't think we get that.
Okay, well, I'm having it. But I think the interesting point on it is obviously Erling Haaland's the one that goes down. Then Riyad Mahrez takes the penalty. I think there seems to be loads in this, Shaun. What are we learning?
That Mahrez can take a penalty as well as Haaland.
Yeah.
I think Mahrez is a fantastic penalty taker, and I think they would have discussed it amongst themselves before that. So they take care of each.
Here's a question: Who's on pens? Was Riyad starting against
West Ham when Haaland took the pen?
Was he? Was it Jack and Phil?
Yeah.
Jack and Phil.
So
yeah, I reckon Riyad take pens if he's on the pitch.
I mean, he's a great penalty taker, to be fair. He's a brilliant penalty taker.
And I don't think Pep gets involved in that. I don't think, like the captaincy, I think he lets the group decide, and I think they will decide the same thing. I think Riyad would be on pens, and if he's not on the pitch, then Haaland's on pens.
What was it like, though, in the teams that you were in? Because I just feel like Erling Haaland is just so obsessed with scoring goals.
Yeah,
that
but
why would he...
Joleon said the same. We was talking off air, and we said, like, even if there was, with exception of people like Bex and maybe Stevie G, pretty much strikers in every team took all the penalties.
Yeah.
And that's just... But football's changed now, hasn't it? And this technical people take penalties, basically, and that's for Golden Boot. So you would want your striker to take the penalties to challenge for the Golden Boot.
It may be different. It may be Haaland takes him in the Premier League, Riyad in Europe. You don't know. You just don't know. But again, I doubt we'll see a time where they're arguing.
They will never argue.
I hope not.
No,
and that's the main thing.
Yeah.
Regardless of if they score or not, it's like, just don't get to a situation where we've seen other teams and you're thinking, he wants to take it. And then is he potentially wishing he misses and stuff like that? It's not that.
I'm not complaining in the slightest because Riyad Mahrez is a phenomenal penalty taker. It was just interesting. Interesting, and like you say, we'll see what happens in the future as well. Both of them are on the pitch. So, in terms of tonight's game, did you learn anything new, Shaun?
I just learned. It's just basically shown us, for me, in hindsight, that even the type of game it is, that we can match the best at playing football. Like Joleon said earlier in the show, he said they're the best at it. They've been doing it for, what, 15, 20 years even, and playing in the areas they shouldn't play, and they seem to get at very composed and break lines and normally go on an attack. And we gave them, in a way, a taste of their own medicine a lot of the time in the game today. So I just think, bring it on.
Love that. Did anybody take the opportunity enough to perhaps make a spot for the weekend's Premier League game?
I don't know. Listen, if he picks any of them players, you're not going to argue, are you? Because they all perform. But like I said before, I think we get caught up on saying who should play, and then I think who shouldn't play. Who shouldn't play for Man City at the team that played against Newcastle, even though the result wasn't great. But I just think that, yes, we've got a squad, and Pep's built a philosophy that isn't reliant on anyone, so I think we need to embrace that, because we've seen other teams that are so reliant on individuals that we don't have to do that. So we're lucky enough to be able to pick from 25 players.
Yeah. So that was 3-3 in tonight's friendly game, of course, raising money for ALS research against Barcelona. During the second half, the draw for the third round of the Carabao Cup took place. Obviously, the League Cup, we love it. We've won it 6 times since 2014. Obviously, last season we were all heartbroken when we got beat by West Ham and knocked out in the early parts of the competition. I love my Wembley trip to watch us win the Carabao Cup. Yeah. So this season,
we go to that, don't we? Yeah. That little spring visit to Wembley. Come on, guys, I need that.
Yeah, I interviewed you on the pitch before the final of the last one, Shaun. So yeah, hopefully we'll be there again. The final taking place on Sunday, the 26th of February. But we've got a few rounds to get through first, and we've had a very tricky first draw. So the third round draw took place during the game. There are 7 all Premier League fixtures, and we are one of them. As City were drawn at home against Chelsea. So Chelsea, the runners-up of last season's competition. Now, this game doesn't take place for a little while. I've been crunching all the fixtures, and it takes place the week beginning the 7th of November. So a little bit later than normal, and obviously the draw is here in August. Now, I've worked out why. Stick with me. Right. So, tomorrow, the Champions League draw takes place. Because of the World Cup, the Champions League group stages are very condensed this year. So you're going to get your Champions League group stages starting on the 6th, 7th of September, and then basically running every single week until the 1st, 2nd of November. So we'll play pretty much every midweek. There's 1 or 2 breaks, 1 week breaks in there, but condensed Champions League draws. So we'll get the 1st or the 2nd of November for the final group stage. Then we've got a game in the league against, let me see, I had all of this up. A game in the league on the 5th against Fulham at home. Then we'll have the Carabao Cup game at home to Chelsea that week, so probably the 8th or 9th, depending. And then we play again at home to Brentford on the 12th. So 3 home games in a row that week.
And that's it.
The 12th is the last game before the World Cup.
So how many rounds is the League Cup?
Aha. Oh, look, you see, you think you're trying to test me. I've done my research. So we've got the 3rd round. The 4th round will then be played on the 20th or the 21st of December. So that is only 4 days after the World Cup final. And then we'll have round 5 in January. Then we have the semi-finals towards the end of January. And then the final on the 26th of February.
Yeah, there's this
little bit tough.
Yeah, there's little respect being shown to the players.
Yeah, it's going to be tough.
Especially
it sounds exciting when you're reading them out, but
yeah.
when we think about all the games that you could be playing, that's probably like 30 games deep by the time you come to the 4th round with the World Cup and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Especially when you're thinking that the Champions League, the draw takes place tomorrow. The first game is the 6th, 7th of September. So what is that, 2 weeks? 2 weeks away.
Today.
And then we are 2 games a week then pretty much until the players go to the World Cup. And the majority of the players are going to the World Cup.
And then it's 3 games.
You look exhausted thinking about it, by the way.
A week.
Yeah.
The World Cup, and then you come back and then it's like
that period,
and it's Christmas.
That Christmas period.
For any of our players that progress far in the World Cup as well, then they'll be coming back. Surely they're not going to play in that 4th round game. Surely they're not.
You don't know.
If we get there.
You don't know. And then also, what if you win the World Cup? What if our players win the World Cup?
And they want to celebrate?
Listen, I'm celebrating. If I win the World Cup,
so am I.
I'm not coming back for that 4th, 5th game. I'm out.
You tell John Stones he can't celebrate.
Yeah,
he's got to come back.
Jack Grealish and that. No, Jack, come back.
It's also the flip, innit? If things don't go according to plan, dealing with the come downs of it.
Yeah.
Getting them up for that game as well. That's going to be tough.
But of course, we've got to get past the third round first. We're taking on Chelsea. You have one of your former clubs as well. Last year's runners-up has had the strange result against Leeds at the weekend, but I'm sure that they're going to bounce back from that. So, what do you make of it as a draw?
It's going to be a tough draw, but I still think over the 90 minutes, I think City have more than what Chelsea do, especially going forward. And even to be fair, on the defensive side, there's a lot. I think a lot of their key defenders, i.e. Thiago, may not play. Because like you said, there's so many games.
Yeah, the only thing I'm scared of is I don't see them being title contenders. So they're going to have to prioritise the cups.
Yeah,
if we're winning, then we got a chance to rest players. They might have to play a strong team.
To win something.
Yeah.
Well, at least they're a Champions League team as well, so they've got the same schedule of us between now and then. We could have drawn a team that wasn't.
I would take that. You'd rather have a team. You'd rather have Chelsea than a team that wasn't in the Champions League.
I'm just making the positives from it. Yeah, a team that's rested, that's played one game a week. Yeah, maybe.
And Chelsea won't play they won't try and throw younger players in or change the team. They're going to be.
Yeah, their squad's similar.
Tuchel doesn't really change his squad that much in that area. In attack, maybe, but the rest of the team, no.
We were watching the draw, then when Burnley came out, I did fancy them, obviously, because I would like to have just seen Vincent Kompany coming back here. But I guess, all tough draws or not for us,
Fourth
John.
round. Let's get them in the fourth round.
The fourth round?
Yeah. Or the final.
That would be nice. Yeah, or the final. Yeah, that would be lovely. As long as we won, clearly, Vincent, we love you, not that much. Tomorrow, obviously, just a quick word, the Champions League draw. So, obviously, we talked about the Carabao Cup, but all of the group games will be done by the time that we play Chelsea. Are you excited for the draw?
I'm massively excited because I just think to be honest, I think we could beat anybody in there on our day. So for me, I'm not too worried. Of course, I would love a more favoured draw for City, but in general, if teams come up, I wouldn't be worried.
Yeah. I want Rangers or Celtic, me.
Oh, me
I want them.
Wow.
But we're going to go in with it.
Yeah, but I'll just go anyway, regardless.
Are you going to go as fans?
If it's City, no, I'll probably be working, but if I get the chance, if I'm going to go to a game, I'm going to go and watch Joe Hart, 100%. We're going to watch Joe.
Yeah,
100%.
Absolutely. Brilliant. So, busy fixture list already, Blues, and we're only 3 Premier League games into the season. Now, one of tonight's goal scorers is pitch side. So we're going to go over now to Cole Palmer to hear his thoughts on tonight's game.
Cole, a friendly tonight, but how did it feel playing in front of such a big crowd?
Yeah, so good. Obviously, the stadium, the history, and the team that we play against. So to play tonight was amazing. Buzzing.
You and your fellow academy players seem to be fearless. Did you feel at home on a pitch full of international stars? Yeah,
of course. Well, we train with them every day, so I'm used to it now. And when I go out there, I've got to take my opportunity. And tonight weren't really a friendly game for me because obviously I've got to prove myself. So I enjoyed it.
You picked up a goal as well. Yeah. How important is it for you to be getting into those scoring positions?
No, very important. When I come on, I've got to score, I've got to assist. So I'm glad to have done that.
And a lot of the players that played haven't played many minutes so far this season.
Yeah.
Are you getting ready for the potential matches that are to come once the season sort of picks up and we're playing every 3 days or so?
Yeah, hopefully I'll get some game time as the season goes on. And just got to keep focused and work hard, and hopefully it'll come.
And it was an important cause as well that we were playing for tonight. How good was it to sort of see so many people out supporting that?
No, definitely. Obviously a great cause and a great match. So I'm glad that everyone took part in it, and it was for a very good cause.
Thank you, Cole.
Thank you.
That was Cole Palmer, who scored one of the goals tonight. His thoughts on the game. I do love a Cole Palmer interview, by the way. I just love it. He's just proper himself, isn't he? Proper mank, proper himself. Absolutely love it. Thank you so much for joining us on Matchday Live this evening, where a lot of money has been raised for ALS research through the Luthon Foundation. Just a reminder that it was because, of course, Juan Carlos Unthue, the former Barcelona player and coach and a good friend of Pep, was diagnosed with having ALS. So this game tonight has raised a lot of money to go towards ALS research. So thank you so much for joining us on Matchday Live. We will be back on Saturday as we take on Crystal Palace in the Premier League. Now, between now and then, you can get your head around all the fixtures. You can watch the Champions League draw tomorrow, and also get yourselves onto City Plus and Recast, where from tomorrow you will be able to get the 5th episode episode in Together Champions Again. I love it. That is my evening tomorrow night sorted. I cannot wait to watch it. Joleon, thank you so much. Shaun, a big, big thank you. And we will be back on Saturday.
All my thoughts and all my focus was with my country.
There is just an extra edge when the floodlights are on.
Stick together, stick together. Always positive, always.
I was late, had to pay the dinner for everyone.
No cameras allowed in here.
100 mil, 150 mil, and Walker.
Smile for the camera, Kevin.
Training, eat and rest. Eat, train and rest. Eat, train and rest.
The moment you stop, squeeze again.
There is no match quite like a Manchester derby.
Morning, Pep. I love you. He's smiling.
Played in by De Bruyne, and it reaches Foden!
Great weather, great result, great day.
Great goal.
Great goal. Great team performance.